The 72nd book that I read in 2024 was David Sedaris's Calypso. As most David Sedaris books go, this is a collection of personal essays that, of course, have a little fiction involved with them as well. Does it really get any better than David Sedaris? I mean, I read this book just as I read most of his books, and I think to myself, this is all I need. David Sedaris is so funny and so talented and so articulate and so creative. I just don't know that I need another author when I'm reading him. Of course, I need other authors. I feel the same way about Beckett. I feel the same way about Kafka. I feel the same way about Flannery O'Connor. But David Sedaris is in that conversation. This was written in 2018, just after President Trump won the presidency, and so for the first time. And so Sedaris has some comments on that if you don't like President Trump, you're going to find very funny, and if you do, you're going to be offended. But this book is very much about his family, more so than any other Sedaris book that I've ever read. This book has them out on Emerald Island, where Sedaris has purchased a summer home in North Carolina for his family to meet and have Thanksgiving and Christmas and get-togethers. It's very much about the death, the suicide of his sister and how his family dealt with that. Very much about the relationships between his family members, especially his aging father, who is both revered by the family, but also has so many differences with the family that they can't help but sometimes make fun of him, not necessarily to his face, although sometimes to his face, and sometimes even get angry with the father for some of his views. For example, he is big on Fox News, and the rest of the Sedaris clan is not. So there's a big political rift between them. Also, his father has a lot of money, and yet he's a hoarder and won't spend any of it because he wants to leave it to his kids, two of whom are very famous and have a lot of money of their own. Of course, Amy Sedaris and David Sedaris, and I don't know about the rest of the Sedarises, but they're probably doing just fine as well. But if you want to laugh out loud several times, this is the book for you. I mean, Calypso, it's even among David Sedaris books, I would rank it very, very high. This was a funny book, and it was a great book to get to know David Sedaris' mother and father and the rest of his family, even his nieces in the book. It's much more personal, I think, than some other David Sedaris collections that I've read. Wonderful book, and I highly recommend it.